Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Amma ba'du. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Apa kabar pemirsa di rumah? Kembali lagi saat ini dalam program Ketika, Hidayah Menyapa. Sebuah program yang mengulas tentang perjalanan seorang manusia dalam berhijrah ataupun menemukan cahaya Islam. Dengan kata lain, menjadi seorang mualaf. Baiklah pemirsa, saat ini kita sedang berada di Bintaro Sektor 9, tepatnya di rumah kediaman saudara saya, Gary Williams, seorang mualaf ekspatriat asal Inggris. Dan saya sudah janjian dengan beliau untuk berdiskusi tentang perjalanan dia dalam menemukan cahaya Islam. Baiklah pemirsa, langsung saja kita menuju ke kediaman beliau. Baiklah pemirsa, saat ini kita sedang berada persis di depan kediaman dari Gary Williams, seorang sahabat saya, saudara baru saya dalam Islam, yang juga seorang ekspatriat asal Inggris. Langsung saja kita sapa. Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Oh, okay. Hello there, brother.
How are you?
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Baiklah pemirsa, ini adalah Gary Williams, sahabat baru kita dalam Islam, saudara kita baru dalam Islam, seorang ekspatriat dan mualaf asal Inggris yang telah cukup lama bekerja dan menetap di Indonesia ini. Baiklah pemirsa, langsung saja kita diskusi dalam dengan Gary Williams. Bismillah. Okay, Gary, are you fasting today, Gary?
I am, yes. Yes, fasting today.
So how are you today?
Good. I'm fasting, but it's working well.
Yeah, I hope you're good in a good shape and good health, yeah?
Yes, yeah, all
Gary,
healthy.
Okay, in the first question, can you tell us about yourself and what your activities in advance?
Well, I'm from a small town back in England, back in the UK, and I've been working here for a while now in Indonesia. It's fantastic here. I love it. It's hot, but I like it. It's great.
So you're very comfortable to work in here?
Yeah. I've been teaching English for a while now.
Yeah.
When I came here, it was my first time teaching, so it was a little nerve-wracking to start with.
Okay. So since when do you work in Jakarta? When you started to work in Jakarta?
I started working here about 3 years ago.
Yeah. Before you work in Jakarta, where you worked before?
I used to work back in the UK in a warehouse for a postal service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was
How long you working there?
I was working there for quite a long time. I think it was about 8 years. I was working there.
So Gary, can you tell us about the background about your family before?
My family, so what can I say? All my family come from the same area. They're all quite old-fashioned in ways. We were raised on a farm, which was lovely. It's fantastic. So we were raised in a farming family, a working family. Yeah.
So Gary, is it true that you are a Christian before?
I wasn't actually. I was agnostic.
Agnostic.
I think is the best way to describe what I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we did go to church, but only for events, only for weddings, funerals, things like this. But I wasn't a completely atheist. I think I was agnostic. I always had thoughts about it. I was always interested, but I didn't ever push it to find out what happened until this.
When exactly did you learn to were interesting about Islam? When?
Well, back when I was in school, obviously I'd done a little, but not much at all. So it wasn't then. It was when I met a person online. We'd been talking, it was from 2009, we started to speak online, and this person who lived here in Indonesia, she was Muslim, like most people here, and to start with we were just talking about like bands, music, movies, the usual things, and then I found out about Islam, and I thought it was interesting, the history of it, everything about it, and I was just asking lots and lots of questions, and then she explained as best as possible everything that she could, everything that I asked, and I just became more and more interested in it.
So you have a big influence to impact you to more to learn about Islam. The big influence, I mean.
There wasn't anything that big to start with. I just found it really interesting to start with. It, the way it explained things made more sense.
So Gary, you learn about Islam. What's your perspective, your view about Islam?
My
What's
what,
your
sorry?
view?
My view. I think it is a religion of peace and respect. That's what it's supposed to be about. It's about working peacefully with other people, not just Muslims, but everybody, being as peaceful as possible, leaving anger aside, ignoring all of that. I don't think that has a place in Islam, and respecting everybody and everything.
Gary, that's all the media in Western media, is all the hook Islam in not only a perspective. So that is no, about that's change your perspective about that. That give the media about the Western media.
The Western media, most of them don't understand Islam at all. They only see anything that happens which is bad. They don't see everything which is positive and good. So that's the problem.
So what your biggest reason really to making the big decision to you convert to Islam?
No, it wasn't just the one thing. I think there was a few things, but first of all, it was how Islam explained everything, like the world around us, the human body, space, and the stars. It explained things. It told you how it worked. Yeah, that was quite a big thing, and then that kind of pushed me along further, but it wasn't quite enough. It just kept pushing me and pushing me. The more I researched and read about it. And then one day I just thought and realized it was already after I gave up like alcohol and pork. I'd stopped that a long time before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was quite rare anyway. I drank or ate any pork of any kind, so I thought it's best just to stop that now. But then I realized later on that if I did want to drink some alcohol, a beer, or have some bacon, that I was afraid that I would anger God, Allah. And when I realized that, I was nervous about it.
That, in your moment, you guess in your heart said, "Oh, it's a wrong way."
Yeah, it did really think like, this is wrong. Yeah, like all the way from like 16, 18 up, I was always drinking alcohol, not every weekend, but most. And most weekends, we go out on the weekends, we drink. It's the average normal thing in the UK. But after I started learning about Islam, I did realize it's wrong, and I thought if I did happen to drink it, I'd regret it afterwards, and I'd be afraid of what would happen from Allah.
That's the culture in UK. Is your mind, your perspective? Do you want to do it?
The alcohol, the drinking.
Alcohol,
it's just the way everyone's raised.
The Irish, drink alcohol is it's about the culture.
Yeah, it's all about the culture. It's about everything around you. Yeah, alcohol is everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're raised into it. Yeah.
So, Gary, you have a special moments to that you, oh yeah, you know, I get to more learn about Islam and I must to convert to Islam. You have to a special moment.
Yeah, that was it was one morning, I think, when I was working in the warehouse, where because my job didn't use a lot of thought. There's a lot of lifting and working, so I have lots of time to think. And I was just thinking about this, and if I made a mistake, the repercussions of what would happen, and the fact that I was afraid of Allah if I'd done something wrong.
So at the moment, you have a friends that help you to know more about learn in Islam. You have a friends.
Yeah,
at the moment?
there's a few people. There's of course.
Yes, you learn alone about the internet and learn about the books or just.
To start with, I did learn a lot online. I used the internet a lot, and then I met. Well, of course, there was my wife now. That was the first person I spoke to. She helped as much as possible. But then I found a man, he used to live in the same area as me back in the UK. And he'd become Muslim quite a long time ago. And he's living in Saudi Arabia now. And he's learnt a lot about Islam over his life. And because he was from the same place as me, it was quite easy for us to speak. So, and we met as well online, and we spoke a lot. He answered a lot of my questions, and after a while he came to visit in the UK, and we spoke a lot again. He introduced me to some other people in the UK, some Muslims. I went to my first mosque. Everybody was fantastic. So yeah, the main two people, him and my wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I stop for the episode for this episode?
Yeah.
Baiklah pemirsa, demikianlah tadi sedikit perbincangan awal kita di bagian pertama ini. Sebentar lagi kita akan menyambungkan episode kali ini di bagian kedua. Tetaplah di Ketika Hidayah Menyapa.